In the heart of West Africa, a revolution is quietly but powerfully unfolding. One that is being led by Captain Ibrahim Traore, the dynamic 35-year-old who now stands at the helm of Burkina Faso, a country long known as the land of upright people. Traore's rise to leadership has ignited a sense of possibility and pride among his people, who have endured decades of hardship and exploitation. For generations, Burkina Faso's vast natural resources, its gold, its cotton, have flowed outward, enriching foreign companies in distant capitals, while the people who toiled the land and worked the mines remained trapped in poverty. The wealth beneath their feet seemed always just out of reach, a promise unfulfilled. But today, the capital city of Ouagadougou buzzes with a new energy, a sense of hope and determination that is palpable in the air. Markets are alive with conversation about change, and young people speak openly about their dreams for a better future. Traore represents a new generation of African leadership, one that refuses to accept the old order. He is demanding that the nation's gold and cotton finally serve Burkinabe families, not just foreign investors or multinational corporations. He listens to farmers, workers, and families, promising that their voices will shape the country's destiny. This movement is about more than just economics. It's about dignity, about making sure that the land's wealth is used to feed hungry children, to build safe homes, and to educate the next generation. It's about restoring a sense of ownership and pride to the people of Burkina Faso. The world is watching closely as Burkina Faso dares to break the cycle of dependency and write its own script. International media crews have arrived, eager to capture the story of a nation that is challenging the status quo and inspiring others across the continent. Under Traore's leadership, the government is moving swiftly, seizing control of key resources, renegotiating contracts, and launching ambitious infrastructure projects. Roads, bridges, and schools are being built at a pace few thought possible just a few years ago. The message from the government is unmistakable. Burkina Faso will no longer be a mere resource depot for the world. The country's future will be decided by its own people, for the benefit of its own people. Instead, Burkina Faso is forging a new path, one of self-sufficiency, innovation, and national pride. Young entrepreneurs are starting businesses, farmers are seeing better returns, and the Burkinabe flag is waved with renewed hope. Across Africa, people are watching and asking, could this be the spark for something bigger? Could Burkina Faso's bold experiment inspire a wave of change across the continent? This is the story of a nation finally standing tall, of a people reclaiming their destiny, and of a new dawn breaking over the land of upright people. To understand today's revolution, we must confront the past. After independence from France in 1960, Burkina Faso's economy remained shackled, its gold and resources controlled by foreign corporations. The nation's wealth left in cargo holds, while schools and hospitals crumbled. French troops, officially fighting extremists, were a daily reminder of lost sovereignty. Burkinabe people watched outsiders profit from their land, fueling a deep sense of injustice. Generations grew up seeing their own communities lack clean water and electricity, while foreign-run mines thrived. This wasn't just about money, it was about pride and the right to self-determination. The people yearned for a leader bold enough to reclaim what was theirs. The result: a nation rich in potential, but trapped in poverty. The time for change had come. Now that change is underway. Captain Traore did just promise change. He delivered it with decisive action and unwavering resolve. From the moment he took office, he made it clear that Burkina Faso would chart its own course, free from the shadows of foreign influence. His very first act as leader was bold and historic. He demanded that French troops leave Burkinabe soil, bringing an end to decades of foreign military presence that had shaped the nation's security landscape. This was more than a policy shift. It was a powerful statement to the world. Burkina Faso would now take full responsibility for its own security, relying on its own people and institutions to protect its borders and citizens. Traore's vision didn't stop at security. His government quickly moved to seize control of two major gold mines from foreign companies, ensuring that the wealth generated from Burkina Faso's land would benefit its own people, not distant shareholders. The rules of the mining sector were rewritten from the ground up. No longer would Burkina Faso's precious resources be sold for a pittance or siphoned away by outsiders. Instead, new regulations prioritized local ownership and fair compensation. These moves were undeniably risky. They challenged powerful interests and disrupted the status quo. But for Traore, the alternative was clear: more decades of poverty, dependence, and lost opportunity for ordinary Burkinabe families. Traore placed his faith in the resilience and determination of his people. He believed that true progress could only come from within, by empowering Burkinabe citizens to shape their own destiny. The message was unmistakable. The era of foreign corporations calling the shots is over. Burkina Faso would no longer be dictated to by outside interests. Across the country, a new sense of national identity and economic freedom is taking root. People are reclaiming pride in their heritage and hope for their future. It's a bold gamble for true sovereignty, a leap of faith that the nation can stand on its own, united and strong. And as the world watches, Traore's actions are inspiring a nation to believe in itself, to dream bigger, and to take control of its own destiny. Under Traore, local miners, or paellas, are finally seeing the rewards of their labor. For years, they toiled for little, selling gold to middlemen who reaped the profits. The government's new company, SONASP, now buys gold directly from miners at fair prices. This simple change is transforming lives. Families can afford food, education, and healthcare. The money stays in local communities, breaking the cycle of exploitation. The government is also building Burkina Faso's first national gold refinery, set to open in 2025. Soon, the country will refine its own gold, capturing more value and moving toward industrialization. This isn't just economic policy, it's a social revolution. Miners gain dignity and a stake in national prosperity. The nation's gold will finally build its future. Burkina Faso is determined to be a major player on its own terms. The wealth from Burkina Faso's resources is fueling a construction boom. Thousands of miles of new roads are connecting once isolated communities, transforming trade and daily life. A massive housing project aims to provide 50,000 homes, safe, dignified spaces for ordinary families. New schools and hospitals are rising, investing in the nation's future through education and health. The government is renaming streets after national heroes, reclaiming public spaces, and rewriting the national story. Every new road, school, and name is a step toward a proud, self-reliant nation. This is prosperity shared, not hoarded. The foundation for a new Burkina Faso is being laid, brick by brick. The promise, a better life for all. Traore's vision goes beyond roads. He's jump-starting industry and agriculture. A new tomato processing plant turns local harvests into products, creating jobs and reducing imports. A cotton factory now spins and weaves Burkina Faso's white gold, keeping value at home. Modern farming equipment boosts yields and efficiency for local farmers. The relaunch of Air Burkina signals national pride and global ambition. The new national bank, Banque Postale du Burkina Faso, brings financial services to rural citizens, empowering them to save and invest. These projects are building a dynamic, interconnected economy. From factories to farms to flight, every step is toward independence. Burkina Faso is proving it can thrive from the inside out. As ties with France fade, Burkina Faso is forging new alliances. Traore's government seeks partners who respect its sovereignty, turning to Russia, China, and Turkey. Russian advisors now help with security, replacing French troops. China delivers infrastructure, roads, bridges, and buildings aligned with Burkina Faso's needs. These partnerships are about business, not aid with strings attached. The goal, win-win development, free from colonial baggage. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have formed the Alliance of Sahel States, a regional bloc for defense and economic cooperation. By diversifying partners, Burkina Faso gains leverage and flexibility. The nation is charting its own course on the world stage. Burkina Faso's bold moves are sparking conversations across Africa. From Senegal to Kenya, people see their own hopes reflected in Ouagadougou's transformation. The idea of reclaiming resources and building for the people is resonating everywhere. Traore's model is inspiring debates in parliaments and cafes. Why not us? The Alliance of Sahel States is a symbol of new Pan-African solidarity and self-determination. Critics warn of risks, but public opinion is shifting toward change. The continent is questioning old power structures and demanding more from its leaders. Burkina Faso's story is forcing a new conversation about true independence. The ripples from Ouagadougou could reshape Africa's future. The world is watching, and so is a new generation of Africans. The story of Captain Traore and Burkina Faso marks a pivotal moment in Africa's ongoing journey. A moment that could shape the destiny of an entire continent. In the heart of West Africa, a new chapter is being written, one that challenges old assumptions and dares to dream of a different future. Once, Burkina Faso was seen only through the lens of hardship and struggle. Today, it stands as a symbol of potential, resilience, and a growing sense of self-reliance. The energy in its markets, the determination in its youth, and the ambition of its leaders all point to a nation on the rise. Across the countryside, new roads connect communities that were once isolated. In classrooms, students are learning skills, that will shape tomorrow. Miners, once overlooked, are now empowered to build a better life. These changes are not just statistics. They are the living proof of a vision that puts people first. This movement is more than political. It's a call to reclaim Africa's wealth for its own people. It challenges the old order, demanding that the continent's resources fuel its own progress, not just enrich outsiders. Burkina Faso and its allies are making a bold bet that they have the right and the responsibility to shape their own destinies, even if it means standing alone against powerful interests. The path forward will not be easy. There are obstacles ahead, and powerful forces will resist change. But the determination to overcome these challenges is stronger than ever. The world is watching. The outcome of this experiment could inspire hope or serve as a warning for nations across Africa. Every conversation, every debate, and every decision matters. The question now is urgent. Will more African nations rise to demand full control over their futures? Will they unite to shape a new era of independence and dignity? For the first time in generations, Africans are holding the pen to write their own story. The narrative is no longer dictated from outside. It is being crafted by those who live it. The future is unwritten. What do you think Africa's next chapter will be?